Are you health conscious? Do you watch what you eat? Do you exercise every day? Do you get plenty of sunshine? Do you get good sleep? Do you care about your health? And if you do care about your health, what would you do if you found out some of the things you were doing weren't all that great? What if you found out that running marathons really wasn't all that healthy? What if you found out that eating tofu wasn't really all that healthy? What would you do if you found out that eating fish wasn't really that healthy? One may say, look, I don't eat any fried food, I don't eat any junk food. Hardly ever go out to eat except for special occasions. But I still eat fish. What if you found out that that fish is not quite as healthy as you thought it was? What if you found out that it contains 9 million times the concentration of toxins as the water they swim in, and that virtually every place on this planet is polluted? What would you do then? Would you be willing to give up something that you thought was making you healthy if you really found out it wasn't? How about tofu? How about all these other fake proteins that so many vegans use and turn to replace their meat-eating habits? What if you found out those weren't that healthy either? Would you be willing to consider the possibility that maybe we should stop eating those also? Or does all this make you think that it's too restrictive? That it's too extreme? What would you do, folks? Would you call yourself a hypocrite, saying, I care about health, I'm doing all these things because I want to be healthy? But I like eating my fish. I think I need it. I don't want to eat any animals, I got to eat that tofu. We don't have this need for animal protein, so why do we look for animal protein substitutes? Well, it's understandable when people are trying to deal with their addictions and their taste buds ruling their lives. It's sad that most of our brains are stuck in our taste buds, and that's usually what dictates what we do, especially when it comes time to what we're going to eat. And you know, it really saddens me. There are so many people that are taking responsibility for their lives. They're trying their hardest to do the best they can. And yet it's so hard to get accurate knowledge in this area. For those people who are health conscious, most of you guys know doctors are way off base, that they don't know the benefits of exercise and eating a healthier diet. They sure don't promote it, and they act like that's the reason why we're not going to promote it, because you guys aren't going to change anyway, right? But if you realize that our doctors don't know, you should realize that nutritionists don't know either. And again, I am thinking that so many people out there who want to be health conscious, a large percentage of you guys know that these guys aren't our experts. My God, anybody who says breakfast is the most important meal of the day shows you how little they know about nutrition. I've mentioned many times before in other videos that there are 3 cycles to food. And if you want to understand how to eat, you need to understand those 3 cycles. It's consumption, absorption, elimination. If you go get a degree in nutrition, they're not going to teach you that elimination phase. And that's the most important stage of digestion that we need to understand. And it explains why things like intermittent fasting are so beneficial. I've done several videos on that. I'll put links down below. Well worth your time watching, because for most of us who are trying to eat better, and we're struggling if we just stop eating breakfast, that in itself will produce a lot of health benefits and might motivate us to take a closer look at what we're eating and realize why we're doing this. We're trying to get healthy. And if you don't really understand the cause of disease, you're going to struggle on trying to figure out what it's going to take to be healthy. Because you're going to be taking a look at certain isolated nutrients and think that's a solution. I know a lot of people who are health conscious. They don't eat fried foods, or don't eat very many of them. They stay away from red meat. But then they take dozens and dozens of supplements thinking that they need some more lycopene or some more resveratrol or whatever. That's not where the solution lies. And you won't understand that unless you understand the cause of disease. I'm not going to talk about that in this video, but I did in much depth in a video I did on what is the healthiest diet for humans. Please watch that video. It's an hour long, but I go into a lot of things besides what is the cause of disease. I explain we have 10 body systems. We have to know how to support those. I explain how we have 2 groups of needs. We need to satisfy those. Just taped a video yesterday that I'll be publishing when I get home today on Sunday, October the 6th, on the solution to solve our problems. And what I done is I took an older video, 11-part video series, and I condensed it down into about a 30-minute video. Where this time around I went into more detail about the answers to 3 really important questions. In my 11-part video series, I was extremely vague for a reason. Because I know as soon as you even mention food to most people, they just shut their brain off. They don't want to hear anymore. But then for you guys out there who are health conscious, who want to know what to eat, we have to understand a little bit more about the body. More importantly, we have to understand what is the cause of disease. Once you understand what causes cancer, you won't get sucked into buying all these supplements to prevent cancer. Unless you're exposed to other things beyond our diet, which is a problem. Cancer can come from many places, folks. Most of it's our own waste matter. And I explained that in What is the Healthiest Diet for Humans. I also explained that in Healing Secrets Revealed and Medicine is the Ultimate Tool of Control. I'll put links down below. I always put links to those videos in every one of my videos in the description box. But if you're really health conscious, folks, you have to understand the ramifications of eating the wrong food. You have to understand what it's going to do to your kidneys and your adrenals and what that effect has on your lymph system, which is the bathroom for all of our cells. And if you don't understand the 3rd cycle of food, the elimination cycle, you won't understand that you're eating food with the wrong bowel transit time. I'll be sure and put a link down below to that video too. That's what's getting us in trouble, folks. We have 2 bathrooms. That's what's causing our diseases, most of them. Most of it's from the toxicity side of the equation. We're eating the wrong foods with the wrong bowel transit time. There's one bathroom that gets dirty and it can back up. Your body's nothing but a bunch of cells, 2 fluids. Blood is feeding, the lymph system is cleaning, and that system gets dirty and backs up. Doctors study the cells in the blood. They don't study the lymph system, the bathroom. See the connection there between nutritionists and doctors? 3 things with food. Nutritionists don't know the elimination cycle. 3 things when it comes to simplicity in the body: the cells, the blood, and the lymph fluid, the bathroom. Doctors don't know what happens when that bathroom doesn't work and how it's backing up, and most of our diseases are simply coming from the other side of the cell that's being exposed to these toxins. And most of it's our own waste matter. It's simple, folks. So how do you make any sense out of all this? And there's so much conflicting information. I always liked what Arnold Ehret said. He said that only people who can really truly judge whether or not a diet is healthy or not are those who are clean inside. You got to clean your body out. Take a solid food vacation on either water or juices. Clean your body out. Then try to eat what you think is a healthy diet. Watch my video on what is the healthiest diet in the world. I explain we're making 5 mistakes. Got to correct all of those. That means there's only one thing left to do, and that's the way you should eat. See what happens when you take a solid food vacation and you adopt our species-specific diet. And then see what happens when you go back to some of those mistakes that you're making, 5 main ones, and see what happens to your body. In a clean state, your body's going to let you know right away something's wrong with that food. Didn't go through the system the right way, did it? It didn't make you feel the right way, did it? 5 mistakes. Watch my other videos to find out what that's all about. Got a 2-hour seminar on how to clean out these bathrooms It's a solid food vacation playlist. I always put a link to that in all of my videos. Yes, for those of you who know you have to take responsibility, you can't do it unless you have the knowledge of how to live. It goes back to the same concept of free will. Do we really have free will if we don't have the knowledge to make an informed decision? We really don't, do we? Our free will is limited to what we know. Just like our ability to take responsibility is limited by what we know. Most of us don't know how to live. Most of us are making 5 main mistakes. A lot of us know we shouldn't be eating fried food and red meat and bread and pasta and other things that have to be altered in order to eat them. But very few people know about all 5 mistakes and are willing to do anything about it. Take a solid food vacation before you do anything. Keep watching my videos so you can understand what to do once you come off your solid food vacation. And if you can adhere to our species-specific diet and modify it according to your unique situations, I guarantee you're in for a treat.